Hello, everybody. It's another conspiracy day. This is part three. Talking about conspiracy theories. This is one of my favorite type of videos to do where we talk about conspiracy theories. So this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. If you are new, welcome to my channel, baby. Okay. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Okay. I really appreciate it if you get those likes up when you first come in. Let's have some fun and talk about some scary things that people believe in. I'm going to read to you the conspiracy theories that a lot of people have, um, and I'm going to share my opinion about them. Do I believe in some of these conspiracy theories? Do I think these people are insane? Are they insane? Are they hallucinating? Are they crazy? So I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist myself. There are a couple of things that I believe in. So I'm trying to wait to get started when I see more people come on in. Um, I'm checking on my phone real quick. The notifications haven't gone out that I'm live at all. Um, I don't want to get started until there are people in here. Let me see. Doesn't even show me. Okay. Oh, four people did press the like. Okay, let me see how many people are in this chat. Okay, I got 8 people in here. So let's just jump right on in. Hey Tracy, how are you? Let's get started talking about some of these conspiracy theories. And y'all know that I give my honest opinion about it. Okay, so let's see what people are talking about. What do people believe in? Are these people insane or are they on to something? Let's see. Give me a quick little second. All right, let's start off with. All right. This person says that the apocalypse happened in the 1800s, the end of the world happened in the 1800s. We are what remains. Search the great fire of whatever city. Jesus already came back. This is the Luciferian Empire. I do not believe this craziness. I do not believe that the apocalypse came down to earth in the 1800s and the whole world was on fire. And we are I guess, if we're here after the apocalypse, that would mean that maybe I'm crazy. We would have to be those people from the 1800s, and our souls have remained on earth, and we are living in the Luciferian Empire. We're living. So they're not saying this, but I'm assuming you're saying we're in hell or the hell realm or um I always say when people say that we have gone through the apocalypse already, explain having babies. How are innocent babies being born over and over every single day if the world ended? If the world ended and you are left behind in the post-apocalyptic world or whatever, how are you still able to have children? So human beings have always been evil since the beginning of time. Human beings raping, murdering, robbing, lying, all types of stuff, that's been going on forever. This isn't some new thing with human beings, you know? Um, people Hawk in the chat says the devil is running wild in this world. No apocalypse yet, though. I don't believe in that with the devil stuff. I think human beings are always trying to put the blame on an imaginary devil for the things that human beings have been doing globally for thousands of years. You know, Smurdering, sacrificing, raping, robbing, all types of just messed up stuff. That's a part of the human traits from a lot of human beings. And I don't believe that the devil could possibly be running around making millions of people do fucked up stuff every single day. But that's just me. That's just my opinion. So I don't believe that we all passed away in the 1800s. I did look up because someone said that there was a fire in every major city in the 1800s. So I put in the fire of New York, I put in the fire of another place. One was in the 1800s, but another one was in 1922 or something. So I have heard other people say that the end of the world has already happened. What you read in the Bible, Revelation, the end, I have heard people say it actually happened a long time ago. And we are the souls that got left behind or died. And that's why we're on earth suffering, because I guess we would be the people that didn't make it. I've heard people say this, and um, hmm, I don't have any memory. You know how they say people have, what do they call it when you have the memories from like your ancestors that keep passing on? I don't have any memory of the end of the world ever happening, of a great fire or an asteroid or something happening to us. I've heard people say that we actually died in 2020. Baby, none of us died in 2020. We would know how, no, just no. So I would say I don't agree with this conspiracy theory that we all died in the 1800s. I mean, wouldn't we have some sort of flashback or some sort of memory or something of us all dying or something like that? Okay, let's go to the next conspiracy theory. Dinosaurs are dragons. They just don't want us to believe dragons were real. It is true that in so many cultures, mythology, you see human beings fighting dragons. That movie I love, Reign of Fire, they discovered that in that film, they said the dragons were actually the ones that made dinosaurs go extinct. My thing is, though, dragons fly. Most dinosaurs aren't known for flying. The T-Rex isn't known to be able to fly. Every time you see dragons depicted in art, they're always flying. They have wings and they let out all this fire. Do I believe that it's possible dragons existed? Yes. Is it possible they're frozen in Antarctica under the ice? Yes, that's very possible. Now, in Rain of Fire, it wasn't Antarctica, but they were deep underground. Is it possible? Yes, because so many ancient people have pictures of dragons. So it could be possible. Sedona says dragons are real. Look at the whale's flag. And China, they know the truth. My thing is, where are they? Where are the dragons? Did humans wipe dragons off the face of the earth? Are they underground waiting to come back out? Does the government know this and are they covering it up? I know that some dinosaurs there were different types that had wings, but a lot of them weren't flying. The T-Rex wasn't flying. So I would say that no, I don't believe dinosaurs are all dragons. Do I believe that a separate sort of species that we know as dragons existed? There's a high possibility that they do and did exist. The question is, where are they? Why would the government hide such a thing? Why would they want to hide that dragons were on Earth? You know, like I said, there's something frozen in Antarctica. You know, the fact that the government has these treaties that you can't go over there, I think there's something down in that ice. Could be a gigantic UFO, could be the dragons frozen. And if they thaw out, could they come back alive? I don't know. Okay. I'm going to do something a little bit different, y'all. Not only do I have this right here, but I have a video of people talking about their conspiracy theories. Let's see what she has to say, and I'm going to give my opinion.
This is for my conspiracy theorists. If you're not a conspiracy theorist, then keep on scrolling. This is one conspiracy theory that I believe in 100%, but I just can't prove. And that is the Nephilim's children are hidden in plain sight in the pro basketball and football leagues. Just think about it. When the fallen angels made it with the humans, they made what? Giants. Nephilims. And my explanation behind that is they're giants. How tall do you have to be in pro basketball? You have to be extra tall. I feel like there are more Nephilims and children with power in the world than we know, but they're suppressed when they're born, because we all know when babies are born, they have to get what? SHOTS. Not only that, you have to have some type of skill. If you believe in this conspiracy theory, then comment in the comments and tell me what you think, and follow me for more content.
Do I believe that NBA players' children or the guys in the NBA are the Nephilim? Y'all know about the Nephilim. It's a story from the Bible that aliens slash angels from heaven came down to earth and they slept with women, and the women gave birth and the kids were gigantic. I don't believe in the Nephilim. I kind of did at one time. Now I don't, because no human woman is giving birth to a giant baby. No woman can survive giving birth to a gigantic baby. My thing is that some people are just taller than other people. Now, in the NBA, they're like up to 7 feet tall. I have a relative who is like 7 feet tall. And yeah, that's gigantic for a lot of modern humans, because a lot of people are short. But there's a tribe in Africa where they're very, very tall. They're like the tallest people on earth. And they're not aliens. They're not Nephilim. They don't have DNA that, the Nephilim, the Nephilim. I don't believe that the NBA players' children or the NBA players are Nephilim. What magic powers do they have? There ain't nothing about them that they do anything that's greater than other human beings. They're just tall people. Tall people playing basketball. I know, look, humans today, they said that the average woman is 5'4". I said, damn, I'm 5'8.5". The average woman is 5'4". You know how damn short that is? At least to me. That's short. I said, imagine human beings probably at one point was even shorter than 5'4". So if you come out 5'8" and 6 feet tall, they're gonna think that you're gigantic compared to them. You know, when I used to hear the stories about the Nephilim, they always said that they were up to 20 feet tall. They're like 20 feet tall, is what people said. Gigantic. We haven't seen any bones. I haven't seen any evidence that 20-foot tall people was walking around. Where are the bones at? Where are the bones? Something. So I don't know if I believe that. I need some evidence on it. So I'm going to say no. I don't believe that NBA players are the children of the fallen angels, and that's why they're like 7 foot tall playing basketball. Personally, no, I don't believe that. So, but because I believe anything is possible, I would need their DNA. I need a scientist to look at their DNA and tell me what they see. Okay. So, all right, let's go to the next. All right. We are literally stuck in a reincarnation loop and we're unable to escape. Our soul energy is being fed on by higher dimensional beings, and we cannot leave the earth. NASA has fooled us into thinking about space, but nothing could be farther from the truth. Let me get this straight. We can't escape Earth. We keep being born over and over and over and over. And beings that's higher in the dimensions than us are feeding on us. Feeding on us in what way? I don't feel anything chopping, eating on me. I do hear about them feeding off the energy. I mean, when you look at the movie The Matrix, what did Morpheus say to Neo? He said that human beings were a battery and that the machines were using us as energy. Same thing can be said, a higher dimensional being. Your energy, that what did they say? This was a Loosh farm. When you're sad, they feed off that energy. When you're happy, they feed off that energy. Okay. Some people say NASA is a scam. We can't leave the earth. There's a firmament. I have no evidence at all that we cannot leave Earth. I have not seen it at all. The only people who believe that are very religious Christian people. They believe what the book says no matter what. So you can't convince them anything else. They just believe it. I haven't seen any evidence that we cannot leave this planet. You need to present me evidence that there's something up there that is preventing us from leaving. I've yet to see it, so I'm not going to say that's true. Is NASA playing games? Possibly. I did hear that NASA was researching the water, found something, got scared, and said we're going to research space. All right. So, do I believe in reincarnation? Is very possible. And I really hope I don't want to be reincarnated back here. I don't want to do this again. So, I really don't. They say don't go into the light. My thing is you expect me to stay in the dark? People are saying when you die, if you go into the light, you're going to be reincarnated and have to come back to earth again and do this shit all over again. My thing is, they can't tell you what happens if you don't go to the light. What if you're stuck in darkness and you can't get out? Where are you going to go? They have yet to present the answer. Where the hell you go? Where do you go? If you don't go to the light, is somebody going to come get you and you going to go to a part of heaven? Or are you going to be stuck in a void in complete darkness with nowhere to go, which is hell also? So I don't know. They don't have those answers on what is not in the light. Where are you going after that? So, all right. Let's see. The girl on the plane really saw something or someone, and I believe it was something from the future that no one was supposed to see. And she did and got mocked and called crazy. This isn't everything I believe, of course, but it's just a few things. I remember that woman on the plane. She said that that mother effer is not human, but she appeared to be high on something. So I don't know what she saw. She never came out with a statement telling the public what she saw. So I don't know what she saw. And she didn't even tell us what she saw. Maybe she did see something, but we don't know what it is because she never said what it was. They said it's somebody from the future. I believe in time travel. I believe in time travel, so you never really know, you know? All right. Technology expanded in a 50 to 100 year time period. I believe that the technology was given and found by aliens or a time traveler. There is no logical explanation for the internet, electric cars, smartphones, or any of it being made of this scale so quickly. I agree. This world can't even fix racism, which I don't think will ever be fixed. We can't even fix our social issues. We're like children on the earth. But you mean to tell me you can come up with a new type of phone every single month? You have all this technology and this advancement, but you can't even explain to a woman why the fuck she has endometriosis. You can't even explain to women why they have endometriosis, but yet you have all this technology. You know it don't make sense. This scientist can't even explain basic stuff to some people, the doctors and scientists. But yet you were able to have this technology within 50 to 100 years. I've heard that the government has supposedly made deals with the reptilians and other type of aliens, giving us them to eat literally and study and do genetic test on in exchange for their technology. Is it very possible? Yeah, it is possible. It's possible. It's possible the government is doing deals with these different life forms that are more advanced. But believe me, they make deals with them. Okay? So it says again, they believe that the technology we're getting is coming from aliens or is coming from time travelers, people I assume from the future. Is it possible that people from the future have come back in the past, our time, giving us technology? I have never really heard that one before. It leave a heart in the chat if you believe in time travel. Leave a heart if you believe in time travel. I believe in time travel. How do we know? Just like off Terminator, maybe they found something. How do we know that they haven't looked at the UFOs just like in Independence Day and didn't look at their technology and build off of their technology that they found? It's very possible. You'll never know though. The government ain't never letting those files get out. You ain't gonna never see it. Okay? So I do think that Asian people have worked very hard to build technology. It's very true. Most of the technology, they're the ones building it. But you do have to question. I don't feel like the human species is that evolved. I said it's a cover up to me about how long they claim we've been alive. When you look at the world and how fucked up most of the world is, and how if you look at so many places, they don't even have good infrastructure. They don't even have good infrastructure most places. But yet you expect me to believe. Then again, we're not evolving at the same rate. You have technology over here, and in another country they don't have shit. It's not the same. We're not on the same level. No, we are not. You have these things available to you, but yet there are people who are isolated from all of society who have never seen anything that you've seen. People living in the Amazon rainforest, and they really do. They don't have a clue about the modern world. So, hmm, hmm, I don't know. Okay, let's go to the next. Let's see. No real image of Earth has ever been shown. So the picture we see of our planet being a big old ball is false. All pictures that NASA release it's been manipulated. It's fake. But why? So our planet doesn't look like what we believe it looks like. The big old blue ball with the land masses. I know there are people who believe that Earth is flat. Hmm. This is one thing that I can say I don't know. It is possible that it's a lie. How would we know? We can't fly. We've never been outside of the planet. We wouldn't know. We don't know if there are more continents than what they're telling us. We wouldn't know unless we're up there and we're not. So, this is one thing I'm going to say I'm 50-50 on. It's possible that they're lying. I have no way of proving that it's not true or false unless I have can get up out the planet, which I'm unable to. Okay. Most of history is a lie. It's true because it's been altered or interpreted differently many times by those in power. But there's definitely been times when it was completely wiped and rewritten to manipulate all the peasants like us. You know, when I hear about people saying that history is not what we think, I always wonder, how is it that the government could get away with lying and your ancestors have no documentation? When I hear about, oh, we were already here in America, I'm gonna make black people mad. I think to myself, how the fuck was you here by in the millions, but yet you don't have one story, one piece of evidence, no documentation, nothing. You don't have shit to prove this. Nothing. Human beings been on Earth supposedly millions of years, but somehow somebody can keep changing your history over and over. You don't have nobody that keeps documentation or history themselves. Nothing, no oral stories, something. You know, the 1700s and 1800s was not extremely long ago. I'm not saying it's not possible that the government has lied. I'm just wondering, how the fuck are they able to? And there are millions of people on the earth and nobody remembers anything. Nobody can tell the truth about nothing. They can just wipe stories away and nobody knows. Hawk says documentation can be destroyed. That's true. That's true. But I'm like, it makes no sense. Even Africans, when you bring up Jamar, slavery, they don't even have a record of nothing. I'm like, hold on. So you're telling me millions supposedly of Africans got kidnapped and you don't have one fucking record of shit? How does that happen? How does that happen? You don't keep records of nothing? No, they don't. Africans don't keep records of shit. White people are the ones who came up with documentation and history, in my opinion, because nobody seems to remember nothing. Make it make sense. I've literally heard Africans say they never even heard about the story of the slavery. I'm like, so somebody lying somewhere. And yeah, I do believe that there were already what we would call black people here in America, but the slave trade did happen and mixing with Africans did happen. My thing is, how could you possibly have million something ain't adding up. And the fact that we don't, people don't, something ain't adding up with these stories from all damn people. Okay. Easter Island is a mystery. I don't even know how the hell those statues got over there and how they're under the ground. It's just craziness. I don't know. Mr. Universe, paper wasn't invented in Africa. So were they writing stuff down on the paper? Because they never have documentation of a damn thing at large. Oh, Africans were selling each other. You ain't gonna come up on here with that lie. They were, and that's a fact. They participated in the Arabic slave trade and they participated in the European transatlantic slave trade. And they still enslave each other's asses right now as I speak in parts of Africa because I've read up on it. But if you want to believe that they didn't have slavery, you go ahead. But that's no, they did. Somebody lying. That's all I know. I want to know, how are people able to lie on such a grand scale and nobody knows a damn thing and they can't prove that it's a lie or the truth. You know, I even heard that white people were slaves. something about the Cabbage Patch Kids or something like that, they called it. It's true that white people were slaves during the Ottoman Empire and all of that, the Ottoman slave trade. The Arabs had white people as slaves too, but you don't hear about it. You don't often hear about white people being enslaved. That's a part of history that people just don't want to talk about at all, almost like it was wiped out. There's a lot. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. And then when I hear our black people talk about all some of the stuff they do, but yet they don't have not one shred of evidence to prove half the shit they be talking about. Nothing. It's just some just it just don't make no sense to me. Mr. Universe, do you see how black men take each other off the earth as I speak and sell black women into smeck slavery as I speak? But yet you don't think it was possible that they didn't enslave each other back in the old days? Why would you think that? Slavery in Africa was fucking brutal. It was brutal. I read about that man, I forgot his name. I think he might have been the one who named a certain waterfall in Africa. He was there, and he said in his writings that it actually shocked him how brutal it was in Africa. He wasn't even expecting that because they were the same race, and how they had the tree or a yoke over the African man's neck. Tip who tip. I have a whole video on him. The man was black, but yet people wanted to deny it because, oh, well, his mother was Arab. What is an Arab? People don't know what no Arab is. That's just, oh, the Arab Peninsula. Arab people are mixed. They're black and white, and they speak Arabic. Tipu Tip looked like a black person's uncle over here in America. And him and his men massacred 400 black African women and raped them also. And he had many plantations, his damn self. This is a fact. Y'all can watch my whole video on hidden history. It's on my playlist. So I'm not going to argue with you. If you want to believe that black men and a sprinkle of them black African women weren't treacherous and dirty and didn't sell black people into slavery, if you want to believe that they didn't, you can go ahead. No, they did. And ain't nothing no one gonna do to convince me they didn't, because I know they did. The Moors that so many black people brag about, they sold black Africans into slavery. There was a book on eBay that I was going to buy. This was over a decade ago. The book was like $400. The person showed a clip of the book. It was an old book, and it said in the book, the Moors are capturing some type of Africans and putting them into slavery. It was in the book, and it was an old, vintage, old time book. Some parts of history is a lie, and some of it's not. Don't you think it's kind of interesting that white people in this country don't even talk about these type of things, even though it's in the books about Africans selling people into slavery, the Moors selling Africans into slavery? And Moors are not black Americans, so I don't get black people who try to claim their history. Moors were Africans, and they were also mixed race Africans and part Arabic and shit like that from Morocco, all over the place. And they were into slavery. Mansa Musa is the richest man in history. He was African. And guess what? His ass had slaves. But people want to say, well, it wasn't the same. How will you know? Were you there? His ass had slaves, and he probably was raping black women. Black men grape black women all over the place. And then people love to say Arab. A lot of them Arabs are also black and half black. Most Arabs are in Africa. Some of them look like our damn cousins. People love to pretend like Arabs are so completely different racially as if they don't have any connection to black Africans and they're literally half black them damn selves. A whole damn Arab with a fucking afro in Morocco and people telling me they ain't got no relation to black people. You got fucking coarser hair than I do, but yet you don't have no black ancestry and you in motherfucking Africa. The north part of Africa. I'm so tired of people all over the place. A lot of those Arabs are half black. They're mixed people. But you have everybody, even black people, who will swear to God they don't have any black in them. How the fuck you in Africa with a whole damn afro and a curly fro looking like my damn daddy and you don't have no black ancestry? Now, my daddy had mixed ancestry, but so do Arabs. But you can't get a number of them to admit to being mixed. And they're in Africa. Make it make sense. And y'all, people don't make, I ain't even arguing with it. People don't even know what Arab is. Don't get me wrong, they don't look strongly West African, but they damn sure don't look like no full European either. They pass for Dominican and other mixed race people who are black and white. That's what they look like. And they speak the Arabic language. But you can't tell nobody that. You can't say that to them. You can't say that to black people or white people. I'm like, what is, stop playing this game with me. I don't have time for it. And they slept with black women during the trades and stuff like that and had kids with them. Hi, V Tar V. Okay, you said when you look at the documentation back in the day, it says they considered Arabs to be mixed race between Europe and Africa because that's what they are. When they first came to America, they fought not to be classified as black. That's because they didn't want to go through what black people went through. They fought to be classified as white because they wanted to benefit so they can own land and get jobs. The average Arab cannot pass as no white person. Black Africans call everybody who don't look strongly West African white. They even call some black Americans white. You don't even look white. I ain't never met no Arab in my life on average that I thought was a white person when I looked at them. And I'm not calling them white. I'm not calling nobody that don't look white white. I ain't giving them the satisfaction because they don't look white. I can say you look I can definitely tell you mixed with different things, but you don't look like no full on European. And that damn Tipu Tip was black. He was Afro Omani, and Omanis are mixed with black. And his ass had slaves and was raping black women and did all types of shit. And ain't nobody gonna tell me any different about his ass. Talking about he wasn't black, he was Arab. I call it Arab. I don't give a damn what you call it. His ass was a melanated Afro black mixed man. He might have been mixed with Arab, but Arab is mixed. It still don't take away that his ass was half black. And anybody who look at his ass could tell that. My thing is that black people don't want to admit that a lot of Arabs are also half black. So you got a bunch of half black people enslaving your ass who also are half black. Yeah, Cola Booth. Her daddy was Egyptian. Her daddy was Egyptian. Her mama was very dark Sudanese. And they took her parents out because they were racist. And her Egyptian grandparents did not want to adopt her, take her in That's how Cola Booth ended up in America. She was adopted by a family in DC, a Black American family. She said that her Egyptian grandma told her to her face, "We spent hundreds of years breeding ourselves out to look the way that we look." And she looked too Black. So they didn't take her in. Can you believe that? But they actually admitted it, that they were breeding to look less Black. She said they spent hundreds of years doing it so they wouldn't look Black no more, even though they still look half Black in my damn opinion. But she said that's what she told her. And they didn't take her in because she looked too Black. And when I look at Egyptians, I see mixed race people. They don't look no damn different than your average other different biracial, in my opinion, a good portion of them. And they're in Africa. So, but they don't want the label of being Black. They don't want the hardship of being Black. They don't want to be. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not one of these people that will force people of color to say that they are Black racially. I would never, because I feel like if they don't want to be Black, even though they're half Black, they don't want to be Black anymore. They don't. A good portion of them. A lot of them don't. Even though deep within their heart, when they look in the mirror and they see their hair and all types of stuff, they know it's there. But it's not as strong as it used to be. They're not as Black as they used to be. And they've created their own culture and language, and now they've been breeding with each other only for so long that all of them look almost the same now. They've created their own group and all this other stuff. But the ancient Egyptians were Black, but they mixed with different people. And now they look the way that they look today because of that.
This is for my conspiracy theorists. If you're not a conspiracy theorist, then keep on scrolling. This is one conspiracy theory that I believe in 100%, but I just can't prove. And that is that all the books are going digital so they can edit it, update, and erase history as they please. If you believe in this conspiracy theory, then comment in the comments and tell me what you think, and follow me for more content. This is for my conspiracy theorists. If you're not a conspiracy theorist, then keep on scrolling. This is one conspiracy theory that I believe in 100%, but I just can't prove. And that is that all the books are going digital so they can edit it, update, and erase history as they please.
Do I feel like they are trying to erase history and make everything digital? Yeah, I do. It recently came out that a company was taking old books, right? Downloading them for AI and then destroying them. I love a good old book because the old book they have a lot of truth in them. A lot of truth in the old books, and it's history. Do I believe that the future is turning into yeah, it's turning like Terminator, really, where you won't be able to look at things from the past and know the truth because they've altered it. So I agree with her. This is a conspiracy theory that I agree with, that the government is trying to change, what do they call it? The Mandela effect, right? When they're trying to change the past or history so you don't remember. You don't remember, you don't have any evidence. Okay? So, all right. I definitely believe this could be true because we don't know what they have planned for the future all the way. The fact that they are destroying old books should tell you something. So, if you have any vintage books, hold on to that or get your hands on books that's not really available. You know what? And what happens if something happens to the AI computer? What if it breaks down? You destroy. Why would you destroy the books? That doesn't even make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. All right. Let's see. Uh, what if when we die, the light at the end of the tunnel is the light to another hospital room? You are born, and the only reason you come out crying is because you remember everything from your past life. And you're crying at the fact that you died and lost everything. As you grow up, you start to forget your past life and focus on your new life. But patches of memory stay behind, and that memory causes deja vu. I have never had deja vu from a past life. I've had deja vu, but I've never had any sort of thing that made me think of a past, something from a past memory. No. Hold on. Okay, I'm looking in the chat. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so I had said before, they said that you are reincarnated if you go to the light. So the light at the end of the tunnel is just a light to another hospital room. That's a nightmare. We don't all want to come back here and do this again. I don't want to come back here. I don't want to do this again. So I don't know. If I die and I see the light, will I go to the light? You're probably so scared, you probably will go to the light. But I'm also scared if I don't go to the light, where the hell am I going? Darkness? Where do you go? That's the big mystery. That's the big mystery. Okay. So, as you grow up, you forget your past life. I have no memory of a past life when I was little. Nothing. So, no, I don't know. I need evidence on this. I need evidence. Okay, but basically, reincarnation. Is reincarnation possible? Yes, it is. All right, let's see. AI is way more advanced than what we have access to, the common folk. The government has been using their advanced version, the technology that they have, for decades. And what they have now is beyond anything you could imagine. I believe this shit. I had said before, they said over a decade ago that the government has technology that is 50 to 80 years more advanced than what you see. And I believe it. The question is, where are they getting this from? Is it the aliens again? Very possible. So I believe it. What you're getting now is something they had 50 years ago, but you didn't know about it. So I believe that the government does have advanced technology that we don't have access to. I definitely believe it. The right and the left side are working together. The left and the right, they're both working together to keep people divided, and that's why no change happens. The left and the right has no control over me. I get so tired of American people acting like Democrats and Republicans are the blame for every fucking thing, as if y'all don't have any type of control over things you do and participate in. That they're just controlling everything you think. Everything you do is because the left or the right. We have fatherless homes because of Democrats. I didn't know that the government was making a man not take care of his fucking kids. I didn't know that the government was knocking on your door saying, look, sir, you can't raise your children you just had. Stop always blaming other people for how fucked up y'all are. You do the same thing with the devil. It's the devil's fault. It ain't the devil's fault. It's your damn fault. You did it because you wanted to do it. Ain't no motherfucking devil make you do a damn thing. Get out of here with that fairy tale bullshit. Ain't no devil make me do shit. I did it because I felt like doing it. Not because of no fucking devil. The right and the left are working. I can tell you this. Everybody's always trying to blame racism on either Republicans or Democrats. Both of them don't like you. Both the Republicans and Democrats have racist motherfuckers up in there that don't give a fuck about no black people. Both of them don't fucking like you. I'm not all of them, but there's a lot of them in there. Both of them don't give a fuck about you. Shit. They can't fix Black America anyway. I've been telling you that. How the fuck they gonna fix half your problems? They can't make you stop having out of wedlock kids. They can't make you stop killing each other. They can't make you do right. That comes from you within. Always trying to blame somebody all the time. Ain't no Democrat or Republican ever made me do shit. Something I didn't want to do. I did it because I felt like it, or it was my decision. Okay. Black men are the most involved fathers. Bunch of fucking bullshit. 70% of Black fathers are involved in their kids' lives. I remember that old lying ass statistics. You know what's interesting? While some of them might be involved, half of y'all ain't never married to the women y'all have kids with. I'm not impressed with that old fucked up statistics. How about y'all marry your motherfucking baby mamas? Y'all go do that. Then I might have some more respect for y'all. Even if they come visit, a lot of them are fucked up. Y'all don't teach your kids shit. A good portion of you. I ain't even arguing up in here about it. Y'all need to do better. That old fucked up lying ass statistic. Okay, so let's see. One hit wonders wouldn't sign the contract and sell their souls. AKA, they wouldn't bend over and get F by executives to move up within the industry. That's very possible. That's very possible that they didn't want to eat human beings and get gang banged on the couch and suck an executive off to get higher up. It's very possible they said no. And that's why they were one hit wonders. That's very possible. You don't never hear nothing from them. They had to sign an NDA probably to keep their mouth shut. Okay. Very possible, but we'll never know the truth unless they tell us. And they don't talk, probably because they had to sign contracts to keep their mouth shut. I do want to give a shout out to the Black fathers who do try and do love their kids and try to raise them. There's a sprinkle of them, but I said what I said. Okay. Let's see. Mattress firm is a front for some sort of money laundering. I always said this too. You hardly ever see anybody buying mattresses, but yet they're always in business. Leave a heart if you agree that the mattress firm is a front, that it is, I don't care what the CDC says. Go ask your average millennial Black person about their daddy. Because I'm mad because y'all be lying. Shit, a lot of y'all don't raise your damn kids. You don't teach us shit. Y'all not, no fucking, man, please. A lot of y'all, no offense. I ain't impressed with that CDC bullshit. I'm not saying that some of them don't visit their kids, but that ain't enough. So what you came to visit? What are you teaching? Most Black men don't teach us shit. And I'm tired of it. Go marry the women that had your damn kids. All right, let's go to the next one. Just because your father didn't doesn't mean it's true. It's true for most Black people. All over the place. The same. Even biracials never have a daddy. Them too. Shit. Even if you have a daddy, that don't mean he's a good daddy just because he's present. A lot aren't. Mr. Universe, you can say whatever you want to say. The fact remains is that Black men do not marry Black women on average. I'm not impressed with those statistics. Go marry your motherfucking baby mama. I'm not impressed. All right, let's go. Car companies started using LED lights for headlights to cause more accidents so they can make more money through car insurance. You can't convince me otherwise. Ain't nobody needs a football stadium quality lights on their cars, especially driving at night. I have so many other conspiracy theories. So, car companies are using LED lights to cause accidents. Baby, it might be true. It might be true for the insurance. It could very much be true. A lot of companies work together. The pharmaceutical company, things to keep you sick so you have to keep coming back over and over and over. So it's very possible. I'm not going to say that it's not possible. Okay, let's see. Let's go to the next baby. CPS is just the government trafficking little ones. CPS is doing trafficking of underage people. Very possible. I've heard of things like this. How do we know it's not true? How do we know it's not true? A lot of things you can't imagine are true. A lot of things are sinister. Mr. Universe, you don't need to be married to be a good father. While that is true, I still find it despicable that black men in America have the lowest marriage rates. It's disgraceful and despicable, and I'm not impressed. All right. So, is CPS doing this? It's very possible. A lot of people work within these companies who are sinister and do dirty things. I mean, the EPS, you know what files came out, and those were high-ranking government officials with underage little ones. So I don't have any reason to believe that this cannot be true at all. It can very much be true, but we don't have any evidence yet that it is true. We live in a closed system, and there's more to Earth than what they allow us to understand. The technology has been suppressed. We're in a closed system. Makes me think again about the firmament type of thing. We'll never know. We just go on living every day until the day we croak. And then we either get reincarnated or possibly go to heaven, or maybe not. We don't know. There it is a routine. Go to work, come home, get something to eat. Got a man, a woman, have some smecks, get pregnant, have a baby, or maybe not. Go to school, rinse and repeat the same thing over and over and over again. Is there more to Earth? Possibly, but the average person is never going to find out. And people who do try to find out probably end up going missing. I used to think to myself, what if somebody was to go out at nighttime? Just go walking, walk. And what would you find at nighttime when people are sleeping? What's really going on at nighttime, like the vampires? There is a whole world, the night world. When you're sleeping, something is happening still. And the average person doesn't know because the average person doesn't explore and research. And it's dangerous for a woman. Any woman who walks the street at night, you probably have a 50% chance of being kidnapped and trafficked. That's why you should have a weapon. Imagine the things that go on at night that you don't know anything about when you're sleeping. Remember Soylent Green? You might walk into something like that. You know what they say? Curiosity killed the cat. So you could be curious and go walk outside at nighttime. Have your weapon with you and just be nosy. Be nosy and look in the window of a facility or a warehouse. You might be shocked at what you find in there that the average person has no clue is happening right under your nose. You never know. Okay.
This is for my conspiracy theorists. If you're not a conspiracy theorist, then keep on scrolling. Here's one conspiracy theory that I believe in 100%, but I just can't prove. And that theory is they stopped teaching cursive in school so the future generation won't be able to read founded documents. If you believe in this conspiracy theory, then comment in the comments and tell me what you think. And follow me for more content.
Okay. Hey, Guilty Angel. She said that they stopped teaching cursive in school so that the future generations will not be able to read founding documents from the past. If they want to change the Constitution or the Bill of Rights or something, and the future children can't read it, they don't even know what it says, so they can just do whatever they want to do because you can't even read the language anymore. Very possible. Very possible. Leave a heart in the chat if you can write or read cursive, because it might be a while. Maybe some of you forgot. Leave a heart if you can still understand cursive writing. Oh, hey, Dean Danica. You said we teach it. I'm a second grade teacher. Oh, we have a teacher in here. You have love teachers. Okay. So it's very possible. I have 2 hearts so far that you understand cursive writing. It's true that that could be a reason why they're trying to get rid of it, but you never know. I hope they continue to teach it, because it shouldn't be lost on us how to write or read cursive. Okay, let's see the next thing. All right, hold on. AI is being heavily invested into. AI, artificial intelligence, is being heavily invested into because the rich know for a fact that climate change is real, but there's no way to solve it. There'll have to be less people. So there's an active global conspiracy to get more people used to not moving, not going to different countries, living with less, having less, eating less, and being more fearful of others so people can be locked down. Why? Because resources will run out. They know eventually there will be less food and less water. Eventually, people will want to change countries to find a better living situation. Okay, so to go over this again, she says that artificial intelligence is being invested in by rich people because climate change is real and there's not a damn thing they can do to stop it. That's why they're trying to get us used to eating less, not traveling, being broken poor, not being able to go anywhere, and having less, okay, and being locked up because resources are about to run out. Interesting, because they keep getting upset that women are not having more children. But I did say that they're pretending to be upset. They're not upset at all that the population is declining. They'll make it seem like they care about abort and children being born. That's not true at all, because they don't love children. Most people don't. The globe doesn't love children, from what I'm seeing. But so they're lying. They want you to think they're scared of the decline when they're actually happy the decline is happening. They want the population to go down. And it's true. As far as climate change, it's over. Do you see what's happening in Florida and in New York every year? How it's flooding? They told us over a decade ago that this was going to happen if we didn't fix it. And nobody gave a damn. And now we're living in it. And it's no stopping it. Florida is going to be underwater. New York is going to be underwater. And a few other places is going to be underwater. And there ain't nothing nobody can do about it. People are going to die of heat stroke. And you better pray that the power grid doesn't go out because of the overheating. If that happens, it's over. The elderly are going to die. People with illnesses are going to die. The little ones are going to die. Half the population is going to die. The food, once the power grid goes out and your refrigerator doesn't work, the average person doesn't have a generator, your food is going to rot within days or a week. The grocery stores are going to be looted. Most people don't even grow their own food. Women are going to be raped all over the place. This is a fact. And children. There will be a lawless society. The government won't be able to control it. People are going to form tribes and cults and gangs. The racists are going to be everywhere. It's going to be like nothing you're not prepared for. You're not prepared for it. And if that power grid goes out, we've seen it in shows, it's over. And it's going to be a while. And by the time they fix it, half the population is going to be dead. America ain't prepared. We see that every time a natural disaster happens, never prepared. And they recently said that it's a chance the power grid can go out because it's so damn hot. People are going to die of heat stroke if something like that were to happen. And in other countries where it's already over 100 degrees during their summer and it's getting hotter and hotter, they're not going to live. A lot of people are going to die in other countries because of the heat. Because their heat before climate change was already too damn hot. Now climate change is happening. It's going to reach up to 120 degrees in some areas. They're going to die. Then you have Europe. They don't even have air conditioner in many parts of Europe. I couldn't believe it when I found this out, but everybody boasts about Europe. You don't even have air conditioner. They're going to die, a lot of them. And a lot of islands are also going to be flooded because of the sea level rise. They've already told us, they laid it out for us a long time ago. And we're in it now, and no one still really cares like that. I always think of that movie Waterworld. I believe that can happen. So, okay, let's see the next, baby. There's something big in Antarctica they don't want us to know about. Some say it's where you can see the firmament because look up Operation Fishbowl. Our military shot missiles into the sky, but why do they call it Operation Fishbowl? Well, I said earlier that it could be a gigantic UFO under the ice in Antarctica. The dragons could be frozen under there in Antarctica. Something is in Antarctica. Unfortunately, majority of us will never find out because we can't get there. It's too damn cold, it's too damn isolated, and we don't have the technology that the military has. They know something. It might be something so frightening and fucked up, that's why they don't want you to know. Maybe we can't handle knowing what's down there. As far as the firmament, like I said, I'm going to need some evidence that the firmament exists. I don't give a damn what y'all say out there about this damn firmament. I don't give a damn if the Bible says something about a firmament. Prove to me that it's a damn firmament. Show me. Show it to me. Unfortunately, I don't know. I can't fly up there. I need evidence. And why would people be happy about being stuck here? People say it like it's so good because it's in the Bible. I don't care. What's so good about having to be stuck on Earth and not being able to go to other planets and having to be stuck here? Why are you happy about that? I ain't happy about that. I don't want us to be stuck here. I want to explore. I want us to go to other planets and have contact with other species. I don't want to be just stuck here on Earth. That's not, we need to be able to advance. Ain't nothing good about being stuck here, in my opinion. Trapped. I don't like it. All right. Let's see. The reason, again, cursive is not being taught in school is because the Constitution is written in cursive. And as soon as the majority of people won't be able to read it, then politicians can say whatever they want. And that's very true. We just said that. Very, very true. And I think we're headed that way. A lot of Gen Alpha and some Gen Z cannot read cursive. So it's very true that they might get away with this. It's very true. So, I mean, then again, it's not like they're the only ones on earth. Millennials, boomers, and Gen X are still alive, and we can read cursive. So, we'll see. The monarchy murked Princess Diana. Princess Diana, when Princess Diana died, it was one of the saddest things that I ever saw on TV. I was obsessed with her, with Princess Diana. I was. I remember when it happened, I was on a cruise. Let me see if I got a picture of her real quick. Let's see. I might not. I might have my favorite picture. I love that outfit that she wore. It's like this pearl outfit. The outfit is completely encrusted with these pearls. It was always my favorite picture of her. I might have saved it. So, the monarchy took Princess Diana out. Let's see if what I can say about that. Okay, give me a quick little second. I'm looking through my pictures real quick. Give me time, real quick, real quick. I'm zoom going through. Do I have a picture of her? Oh, I do. Hold on. And this is it because I love this outfit. This has always been my favorite outfit that she wore. But, okay. When she died, Princess Diana, I was on a boat cruise and it was all over the TV. And when I got back home in the US, it was all over the news. And her funeral, baby, September 11th, 9/11, was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. And when Princess Diana died, her funeral was one of the saddest things I had ever seen. And I became obsessed with her a lot more. I used to look at I had books on her. I used to look at her fashion. I like some of her fashion and stuff. And I have to tell you, when she died, I mean, seeing people just screaming, people were screaming her name and crying out loud all over the street. People was wailing. I had never seen a public funeral for somebody that damn sad in my life. It was one of the saddest things I ever saw. And I think I cried too, especially when they had her casket and they were driving and people were throwing the roses. Everybody was throwing their flowers on her casket and so many people stood outside to see her. It was so sad. And she was so nice. She actually talked to people and she was relatable. She had a personality. She wasn't stuck up and she was definitely different. And a lot of people, she's the to a lot of people she's the queen still. And she was the queen or the princess of people's hearts and just a treasure, one of the most famous royals in history. And I remember it like it was yesterday when she passed away and how horrible it was. It was so horrible. And it was just so sad. It was so sad. And seeing Prince Harry and William and people were just so sad. Like, what are they going to do? You lose your mother like that and stuff. So, did the monarchy take her out? Now, some people might think, why would they want to get rid of her? But if you watch some interviews that she did, you can sort of pick up on some stuff where she said they were people. She didn't give a name, but she basically was saying there were people within power within it. They didn't like how strong she was. They didn't like how outspoken she was. My thing is, did she know something that she was going to reveal? Now, when she passed away, she was dating an Arab man. Some people say that that was a problem. My thing is that she was divorced. She was no longer with Charles. She was free to date whoever she wanted to date. Now, if she had married Dodi Fayed, then they would have had an Arabic stepfather. I don't know if that would have caused a problem, but something in my spirit is telling me that there was something that she knew that possibly was a problem. Okay? So we hear a lot of things. I mean, we remember what happened. The paparazzi was following them in the tunnel. The driver lost control and slammed into the thing under the tunnel, and she passed away. I think she had a heart attack at the hospital or something like that. But I don't know. There's a lot of conspiracy theories. People think that it was set up and stuff like that. It's one of those things where I don't know. Is it possible? Yeah, it's possible, but I don't know. And I don't know the reason as to why. What did she say or do that was so problematic that they would want to do that to her, you know? So I don't know. Okay, but mm, 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 I don't know. But she was dating that very rich Arabic man, and I don't know if that was bothering somebody high up that didn't like that. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Hold on. Let me get, where is it? Okay. I am 61 years old and I have never seen a cemetery opening. Where are they putting the dead people? McDonald's has contracts with hospitals. I have heard multiple times that McDonald's food is human beings. Is it possible? Yes. Some people say, where the hell are they able to get this much meat from every day to give us? Leave a heart if you have not seen a cemetery opening at all. This is true. Every time you go past a cemetery, it's an old cemetery. The tombstones all old and everything. You don't see no new people going up in there. When was the last time you saw somebody being buried? When was the last time you can honestly say you've seen multiple people being buried in the cemetery? You don't see it like that. You don't even see people driving with the caskets and stuff. You don't see it. And I had said that the earth has billions of people on the earth. Do you really think that they're going to keep digging 6 feet and putting a big old wooden casket on top of each other over and over? How do you know it's not a sham? And when the funeral is over, they don't dig it right up, reuse the casket, and then take the bodies somewhere to use it for all types of different stuff. We don't know what goes on at a cemetery at nighttime because nobody goes in them. It's too scary. Mm-mm. It's very possible that some of the fast food has human meat mixed up in it. It's extremely possible. I only eat McDonald's when I'm real desperate. I don't eat McDonald's like that unless I'm real desperate. So, I don't know. I think it's possible. I haven't seen a cemetery opening. I have not seen it my whole life. My whole life I have never seen a cemetery opening. I only see old cemeteries all the time, and I don't see nobody being buried. So, mm. And I don't believe everybody is being cremated. No. Okay. All right, let's see. What if we can breathe in space, but the government doesn't want us to escape from Earth? Even if we could breathe in space, there's nothing. Where you gonna go? Soon as you get up there, you're gonna be floating forever. Unless it's a lie and there's some sort of alien group up there with satellites that can pick up on you being out there, and then they'll capture you and bring you to their planet. Other than that, I don't care if I can breathe in space. I don't want to go up there. What is up there? Nothing from what we know. So, but it would be interesting if we actually can breathe space, go up there and not suffocate, like they say. Imagine that. All right. NASA never stopped exploring the ocean. They just stopped sharing what's in it. Well, remember, I believe it's a lot in the ocean, but we don't know the technology that they have. All we know is that they said we can't get down there because we would explode because the water pressure is so heavy that we can't withstand it unless they built something that can go deep down and they didn't tell us. I don't know. I believe that there's all types of stuff in the ocean. My thing is, how big is it? And what can they do? What can they do? I can't imagine what's down there, but I would love to know. I don't want to see it. I don't mind if somebody from NASA said, okay, look, here's the book. This is everything that we've seen. We got pictures of it. And this is top classified information that we're sharing with you. You have to sign this NDA that you will keep your mouth shut to the day you die. Leave a heart if you would agree and say, yes, I promise I won't say anything. I'd sign it. I tell them, yeah, I won't say nothing. I need to see. Let me see it. I've been waiting for this my whole life. I need to know what's down there. I need to know. What did you see? And they might say, well, you're not ready for what we're about to tell you. I said, look, I'm ready. Baby, I'm ready. Tell me. I can handle it. I can. I can handle it. I want to know. Leave a heart if you want to know what's down there and if you can handle it. I mean, I don't think some aliens are always extremely different from us. I want to know, how are you able to live down there with that type of water pressure? How is that possible? How didn't you implode, explode, or whatever with that sort of water pressure? What is down there? I want to know, baby. Okay. Mermaids are real. Megalodons exist. Dinosaurs and mutated species are lurking in the ocean. Sirens are real. We will go extinct once they figure out they can swim up. Who says they haven't swum up? I've heard stories of people saying that they saw mermaids trying to lure them into the water at nighttime. The megalodon, I always said if the megalodon exists, and it did exist, the megalodon is the biggest shark known in history. It is huge, gigantic, like nothing you can imagine. And they did exist. They claim they went extinct a million years ago or something like that. They might not have. My thing is, if the megalodon is real, why come they don't come up to the surface? I don't understand. If these gigantic species is in the ocean, why aren't they coming up? Why aren't they coming up? If the megalodon was running around in the ocean back then with no problem, why are they not doing it now? What happened that they can't come up to the surface? Or maybe they have and the government is keeping quiet, but I don't think the government would hide that the megalodon exists because it's a danger to all of us. You on a cruise ship and some big ass megalodon pops up. No. Hmm. Melanated says, Cerebral, you are a gossip YouTuber. They're never going to give you that level of clearance. Yeah, I know how to be quiet on certain stuff. They need to trust me. I promise. If somebody from NASA wants to, I can be quiet. Believe that. I don't tell everything. Believe that I don't. So y'all can trust me. I will sign an NDA to not talk. I need to know. Don't take me down there, but you can give me the book with the pictures and all the information and talk to me. And I'll sign the NDA to never tell. But I just come on and tell me. Okay, mermaids are real. Leave a heart in the chat if you believe that mermaids are real. You know why mermaids might be real? You know, when you're a baby, you have gills. When you're in your mother's womb, you have gills. That's how you're able to survive. I have heard people say that evolution, we weren't in on land, we came from the sea. Most of the earth at one point was nothing but water. 70% of the earth right now is nothing but water. And there are people who said that we started off in the ocean and then we came on land and then we kept evolving until we looked the way that we look now. Is it possible? It's possible. How do we know our ancestors didn't stay in the water? I mean, you have gills again when you're a baby. If you were born in the ocean and never left, mutated, I don't know. There's a lot of legends about the sirens, the mermaids in the Caribbean and everything like that. There are people who claim that the mermaids is in Seychelles, Africa, off the coast or something like that. They don't look like what you think they look like, though. They look horrible from what I've seen and heard. They look fucked up. So, is it possible? We have gills when we're babies. When you're in your mother's womb, you have gills. Shit, sperm is nothing but like tadpoles. And you can freeze sperm and then bring sperm back to life. Like, what do they call it? A reptilian or some shit? They even call the part of our brain our reptilian half of our brain. So, I don't know. I think it's something down there, though. They know. Area 51 isn't a place where aliens are. It's a place where the government takes people and we see them as missing in the media and they do experiments on them and appear almost alien like, or they take people that know too much to Area 51. The world is a simulation also. Okay. Area 51 is not where the aliens are being round up, but it's where missing people are being taken on to experiment on. Baby, that's extremely possible. There's a movie you need to see called The Signal with Lawrence Fishburne. It could be something like that. You know, it is very possible. Think about it. Every time you see a commercial that has an ad for medicine, they always go through the list of side effects from the medicine. How do you think they're getting this information? How would they know what the side effects are from medications unless they're testing it on people? They have to study and test stuff on people before they release it to the public. Are people willingly signing up as test subjects for these new medications? Or are they kidnapping people to test these medications on, locked up somewhere, and then looking at the side effects and then releasing it to the public? How do we know? How do you know all the experiments are not kidnap people? So then they release it to the public. We've discovered this. Yeah, you discovered it because you was practicing on a group of people before you released it to the public. Who were these people? That's information you will never know. Okay? All right, I think I have about two more conspiracy theories. Every celebrity has a clone and a handler. When one goes off the rails or passes away, they are replaced so the handler and the higher ups can keep getting paid. Avril Lavigne, Britney Spears, Kanye West, and a lot more are all clones. When they started to act up, they murked them and replaced them with the clone. My thing is, I've heard this before. You would have to train a clone, a celebrity clone, a lot. You have to learn how to sing. You have to learn how to dance. You have to learn how to have public speaking. I mean, if you make a clone and they can grow within days to look like an adult, but their mind is not developed, you have to train their mind how to speak, how to act. It is true, though, that you do see some celebrities that look different. Like they don't talk the same. Their teeth, like Britney Spears' teeth change. They're twirling, they act, and they're not acting like themselves. I think that it's possible that very wealthy men make clones of celebrity women that they want to have sex with. Imagine a billionaire who wants to sleep with Britney Spears but can't actually sleep with the real one. How do you know they don't drug them, collect their DNA, and then clone a Britney Spears and use her as a sex slave to wealthy people who always wanted to sleep with her? Very possible. Very, very possible. Okay. I definitely could see an elite group of billionaires cloning celebrity women and using them as sex slaves, locked up somewhere. Like, oh, I always wanted her. Even if they're young, like, oh, I wanted her. She looks so good young. Clone her and pay off a company. They're billionaires. How do we know there's not an island where they don't have clones of celebrity women who grow up as sex slaves to them? Very possible. Okay, let's see the last conspiracy.
This is for my conspiracy theorists. If you're not a conspiracy theorist, then keep on scrolling. These are some conspiracy theories that I wish I had the answers to, but I just don't. Number one is I feel that the government is 100 to 200 years advanced in technology than what we are today. Number two is why does every movie, every cartoon that we ever watch always has the checkerboard in it? Checkerboard floors, checkerboard pictures, anything checkerboard is in every movie we ever watched. Number three is every celebrity that's in the industry, when they get to a certain level, they always do this photo shoot with this certain type of red clothing. If you know, you know. It's definitely not the same type of red that we wear every day. Number four is, do y'all believe Ryan Garcia over everything that he said last year? He exposed a lot and he's been silent ever since. And before I give you number five, make sure you like, follow, and share this video for more content. And number five is, what did Andrew Dawson really see on that mountain?
Okay, well, you see the checkerboard in a lot of music videos and movies because that represents the Illuminati, the yin and the yang, the dark versus light. So that's why in the games that they play. So yes, that's why you see the checkerboard in a lot of stuff because that's what it means, the duality and evil versus good, light versus dark. That's why it's there, and it's a game, checkerboard, the game of chess and everything like that. As far as the red, you hear that they wear the red because that's the color of sacrifice. So you might hear that the celebrities are wearing red shoes or red shirt or something when there's some sort of sacrifice that's happened. I don't know if that's 100% true. Ryan Garcia said that he saw little ones being sacrificed and eaten and all types of stuff, but yet he's still boxing and stuff. I don't know if I believe that man. I don't know. Because you say all that, yet you're still alive and you're still playing sports. Something don't add up about it. What Ryan Garcia used to say, very possible, we've heard it before, but there's no evidence that it was real and that it was true. So I'm 50-50 on Ryan Garcia. Maybe it was true. Maybe it was a load of bullshit. So I don't know. I do not know. So I used to look at that Illuminati stuff and I used to notice stuff in music videos, the same theme. I just no longer care because it's going to continue regardless. A lot of stuff we see is never going to stop. Nothing you can do. People is nothing. And that's just a fact. People, it's nothing you can do. You don't have the power, you don't have the resources, you don't have the evidence, and it just continues the stuff we see. I don't know if it's true or not true. You would hope that it's not true, a lot of this crazy stuff, the stuff that's evil and everything. Oh, hold on. Melanated says cerebral. They have clinical trials of people willingly signing up. And also, I believe death row prisoners are being used as science experiments in Area 51. Mm. Yes, as far as how do they come up with knowing what's going to give you a side effect in these new medicines? Yes, it's true. There are people who do clinical trials. That's true. But I do think some people are kidnapped too to find out about these medicines. Death row prisoners, I feel like if they grape somebody, a woman, a child, I don't care about them being experimented on. But it's very possible that they are. They claim that they've been murked off the earth, but maybe they're locked up in Area 51, like you said. So, VTARV says, respectfully, Ryan Garcia is a known crackhead. So until he can get clean, I'm taking everything he says with a grain of salt. Yes. I mean, some stuff he said I had heard about before from other people. You know that girl, who's that woman's name? This young black girl who said that she was taken to underground tunnels and stuff and underground cities and that Beyonce was down there. Um, the Elites was down there. Denzel Washington was down there. They raping kids and doing all types of crazy shit, she said, underground. Nobody will ever know the truth unless you do an experiment and go look for the truth. And if you go look for the truth, you might end up missing in somebody's food, if you know what I mean. So you never know. It is possible, but we don't have evidence to know if it's true or not true. So that is it for today's video. I love doing conspiracy theories with you. I know a lot of you love this. This is fun. I'm 50-50 on the conspiracies. Some of them I believe is extremely possible, and some of them I don't fully agree with some of them, but you never know. You never ever ever know. Some of it is too frightening. I don't want to know. I want to know, but I don't want to know. Like I don't want to see up close. You can show it to me on a file, in a book, or talk to me if I gotta sign this NDA. But mm mm mm. Hmm. So conspiracy theory. Do y'all remember that movie with what's that man from Braveheart? How can I forget his name right now? He's very controversial, but he's a great director. But there was a movie. There was a movie called Conspiracy Theory, and it was very good. It came out in the 90s, I believe. And you know the director of Apocalypto and Braveheart, Mel Gibson. Thank you, Mr. Universe. Mel Gibson. Yeah, he's in Conspiracy Theory, that movie. So, do you believe? Do you believe in the goblins, the witches, the aliens, the monsters, the mermaids, the Illuminati, sacrifice, ghosts, demons, time travel, portals, werewolves, the Nephilim, Bigfoot? Are they among us? Personally, I believe they are. You never know. I'll be back in the future with more conspiracy theories to talk about. Sorry, I got a little riled up in some parts of this video. I hope I didn't upset people or offend anybody. Try to be calm and not get riled up. But I thank you all for joining me. And if you have any conspiracy theories yourself, leave them in the comment section, baby. You all take care. Have a good night. Bye.